Hello there, everyone! Now we're actually going
Hello.
to the Catacombs quest today, which is Char in the Catacombs and the prize mower bird. Well, let's leave the reading to the monk himself. Uh,
Greetings, my child. Can I help you today, or are you here to offer your services to those in need? A Char Ranger south of the wall. Rurik is right to be worried. I've seen nothing, but perhaps Mistress Moon can offer you some assistance. She is much more familiar with the catacombs than I. Let's go.
okay, let's go then.
I
We
love,
are in the
I love how he
Catacombs.
knows about all the stuff, and he's just stood there.
Yeah, so this will be a exploration video as well as a quest video because we can. No, well, because it's just we get all of it done. What we want to do is go to Rites of Remembrance as well, and we'll do that as well.
Okay.
So we'll do that, and then speak to. Oh, am I Mun? Aren't I?
You are.
I am Mun. Okay, so the dead are restless. Buried here are many brave warriors who sacrificed their lives defending Ascalon from foreign guilds from the south and the bestial Char to the north. They wonder if it was too much that their sacrifices be remembered and honoured. Someone must place candles on the four stands commemorating their actions so they will know we have not forgotten them. Okay, and then Char in the Catacombs. Rurik is wise to suspect the Char. They are fraught with much danger, but if you were familiar with them, they could lead you to almost any region in Ascalon. Seek out my associate Oberon, the Reviled. He will make his home deep in the catacombs and will know any Char have ventured there. So yeah, we'll talk into another necromancer, but it actually is quite true. Like these catacombs connect to so many different places in Ascalon. So you've got
Oh, nice.
the bit in Foible's Fair that you can connect to. I think the bit on Barrett, you've got a bit in Barrett Estate, and obviously the bit to Ashford Abbey. So
So you can
that's
travel through here.
yeah, you can actually travel through here to different locations. But I say it's normally more dangerous than everywhere else to travel. So not always, but I think that's what their implied like thing is. So we need to go to the Remembrance Braziers. There's only four of them, and I
Yep.
think if I put all four in, right, you still will still have the candles in. You know what I mean? Still candles
Okay.
in your inventory,
Yeah.
but just keep them in until we hand in to Mun. Because
Okay.
we'll try and make a full, like a full exploration. So let's give comment on the map of when we find stuff as well. Like, what exactly do we, think of them at the same time?
Okay.
Well, what do you think of that little thing on the wall there? We may have mentioned it before. There's a little thing on the wall there. But what do you think of it,
Uh,
Brian? I had
who
a little
who
artwork
is
on the
it?
wall. I don't actually know. I assume it's probably some sort of thing showing Grenth. Not Grenth, but like a thing to do with Grenth. You know what I mean?
It's really cool. It's cool, but
Yeah.
oh, what was I trying to say? What are the catacombs meant to be like about?
Uh, well, the catacombs I think are just full of the dead, the
Alright,
dead who have
but
passed really. And I think because I'm not sure if it's due to any like thing,
does
but
the picture look like whoever it was like being killed or something? By
yeah.
like
So you got all the stuff down here as well. So we'll just go up here. But there's also a picture up here, and I don't even know who that is either. But maybe, yeah, like there's that. That might be one of the gods. Do you think? I assume it'll probably be some of the gods in some way, because I don't know why they'd put unless it's maybe to like one of the nobles who have died.
you'd
Like
think, but
it's either to one of the gods or a noble, like say like someone in the bloodline of Rurik. Oh, as you see there as well, there's also like a little Grenth image.
oh nice.
Not a Grenth image, but like normally to signify Grenth, you tend to have the what do you call it?
The skull.
The skull face and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we will find the shrine to Grep down here, but first we'll just quickly go back to Necromancer Mun and see what she has to say about what we've done. The remembrance, rights. Have you got Orison of Healing still, haven't you, Ryan?
I do.
Ah, perfect. So yeah, we'll just go back here. The rest of the spirits don't actually. So we're just in here with the rest of the spirits. It's quite cool how you see like it's got carved walls. Like you've got those bits there, which are like thing, but then you've also got the decoration on the wall as well. Like you see the decoration on these pillars of like death,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Oh.
And then it's lit up through with little candles, like not candles, but just brazier. Is it braziers?
I know braziers are the ones that normally like hang down, but they might be the same.
Ah,
They might be the same category of.
well, they don't. Yeah, but some sort of light.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got the resurrection shrine here, where I think all resurrection shrines have an academy monk next to them because it's like assumed that they obviously. I think well around here they do, but I think it's assumed that they have healed you in some way. I think
Yeah.
that's why there's that Lena the healer, which is like, oh, I can't dying all the time. Beating the spirits wasn't so difficult after all, was it? Learning to understand the dead is the first step in understanding the art of the necromancer. We're not a necromancer though. It makes sense if that was a necromancer exclusive quest, but there's also stuff around here. Like I think this is pretty cool here. Wait, did you just go?
I went the wrong way.
All right, so we'll go this way again. We are still in the catacombs, and we have explored part of it, but all we've done there was to plant the remembrance thing. But there's way down here, which is cool. Like you've got the artwork on the wall, which symbolises death as well. I'm not sure if they look like dragons or claws. I think they might be dragons. Yeah, they're dragons because you can see their mouths. Which is quite an interesting thing. Do you think it's like telling a story about the Guild Wars previously? Because Guild Wars is like apparently, I think it was like Kryta and Ascalon and stuff like that, which Adalbert was like put an end to. Like, oh, but that royal family put an end to. Yeah, going on here, you see there's a lot of gargoyles as well. Oh, sorry. But as you can see, there's like loads of gargoyles around here, which I assume are the protectors of the catacombs. But yeah, probably. I don't understand why they would be around here if they weren't like placed here by something. If you know what I mean?
There were some like gargoyle statues in the catacombs themselves. So
yeah, well, no, actual So like, I assume they're like a magic. We'll come back here later when we obviously go. We're gonna make a full round trip kind of thing because this. But as you can see, there's little like Necromancer Mun was saying. There is literally paths to everywhere. So like you'll find the path this way and this way. Ah, here's the Grenth one, which I debatably will say looks the coolest. I don't know that. I think he's the god of cold and death. So yeah. You'll actually see here's one of the stronger things as well. A Shatter Gargoyle, don't go too far into them, or they are quite strong as groups. So okay. I don't want to like take on all of them. And even when I've like ventured here alone, I've tended to die to just. But then again, I'm not sure how low the level I was. I can't remember how low the level was. But I do know that I did get pretty destroyed. Oh look, Violet dyed green. Oh my god, you can dye yourself green.
how do you do that?
You literally go to the dye in your grey. You double click it and put it on your armor.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, well, it's like that. Gargoyles are normally mesmers. Genuinely, most of the time, tend to be mesmers or elementalists. So like us. Okay, so Statue of Grim. Let's read out what the Statue of Grim has to say. But look how cool that is. Look at that. Genuinely, that is amazing.
I love the little people at the bottom.
Yeah, like the people grasping at the at Grenth, like because he's like the lord of the dead. Came then Desmina, scorned and exiled by her people, and in her misery and wretchedness did Desmina curse the gods for abandoning all who, like her, mired power and ambition, and ask of she, where is the god to whom I may give my undying devotion? Where is the god to whom I may beg revenge against those who scorn me? And rumbled then the earth from far below, and with a terrible groan split open, grew then the ground white with frost and ice, and from forth the frozen earth spilled the rotten skeletal minions of Grenth. Then did appear the god, and with bony hands outstretched, welcomed the girl into his fold. Saith he, I am your god, follow where I lead, come whence I call, and the rotted corpses of the dead will be yours to control. That rhymes. And swear of allegiance in life and beyond. Did Desmina thence become the god's first follower? So that's obviously a necromancer. So that's I think it was the gods that bestowed magic on people, and then like I think the story of the Guild Wars is that pretty much all the humans fought across power like of who can control the most magic, and then the gods like came in and was like, dude, you gotta stop this, and they're like, okay. Because like they were like, you gotta stop this or else this might happen, like this is gonna turn out very badly. And that's because I think it was, like I said, it was ore, and all that fighting each other. I actually can't remember all of the story. We might have to do our own little video when we can, like summing it down everywhere.
It's best to get it right.
Yeah, I don't want to be wrong. I'm paraphrasing.
You'll get people going, "You're wrong about this."
Yeah, it happened with everyone. It happened with everyone. But it's fine. It's fine. If I am wrong, just give me some constructive feedback and just say, tell me exactly what happened, because like I said, I'm playing this to try and help people understand the lore, and if people putting it in the comments, it will also help people really understand the lore of this game and what this game is like. It's a lot better, obviously, with people, because if I was doing it by myself with henchmen, damn. Henchmen are awful. Genuinely, henchmen are. I think a lot of people need to start off on Nightfall just for the fact that you get heroes because of how bad henchmen are. So as you can see throughout this, like you've got a lot of gargoyles around this bit, and you also see that a lot of the undergrowth is here as well. Can you see like a lot of what I'd say is like cave growth is here as well? Like, can you see like there's the the roots?
Yeah.
Coming out from the top, and then like growth around here, which is pretty cool because it just shows where it hasn't been built, and yeah, that it's growing around certain things, and the Catacombs is a certain segment. It's not literally like there are certain areas where people are buried in it.
That sunlight was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, we've got sunlight. Yeah, I think this is the thing is though. I don't know how people are ever meant to like see their loved ones if that's the one thing I don't understand, how people would see their loved ones if these gargoyles would just attack them. So yeah, gargoyle skull. They actually can be used for collections as well, by the way. They can be used, I think, for you need to use the gargoyle skulls for this is cool. I think this is really good. These are crypts. This is a crypt here. I wish there was actually something here which would tell you something though, like say like a grave of someone that you know. So like this is where the royalty is buried or something, because of how big this is. I would genuinely quite like that, but like I said, this game's really old. It won't have major updates like that, and maybe there is a few things in the Catacombs in Guild Wars 2 that maybe I've missed out, because obviously Catacombs is where the main dungeon is for the Catacombs. So yeah, as you can see, here's where the graves are. So if you look at this grave here, they're actually buried in a little pit with tomb on top of them. Really cool. So yeah, I assume that's in case maybe they're resurrected in some way that obviously they can't get out, because you don't really want them raging around. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just commoners who can't afford it. Who knows? They
might just be.
Because you can also see here that this is obviously how the undead got out and have been doing stuff. Because look at this. There's open caskets here, with no and they're broken. So I assume that's how when the dead were resurrected. So yeah, not too bad. Yeah, as you can see, this is the big part of the grave. Then I assume this is most likely the part of the grave which, because it's closest to the Barradin estate, maybe where the Barradin estate people go when they die. Because I can only assume, I can only make assumptions from this is what I love about Guild Wars, is how you can make assumptions from the environment. So this is my assumption here, is that this would probably be the Barradin estate people, because it's probably more close to Barradin estate than it is to Ascalon, and it is to Ashford Abbey. But yeah, I may be wrong. It's all speculation, isn't it? I sounded so aggressive when I said that.
It's a shame there weren't gravestones to read.
Yeah, no, I would have really enjoyed that. But if you come here, this is the way out to the Barradon Estate. And as you can see, I think is that lava down there? Because it looks like you can see the lavas down there. Okay, so oh look at that. There's a little bone pit there. Oh, what do you think that's the bones of? A dragon maybe, or because there's a
Something
giant
big.
bones down there. I think
Uh,
that might be a dragon. Because just look at it, it's just too
yeah,
convenient not to be a
definitely.
dragon. So yeah, that's where and as you can see, I think that might be like magic essence radiating off of the dragon. Because look, as you can see, it's like white.
Yeah.
There's no need for it to shine. It's either that they did it for a shade effect, or it's a light that because you know what I mean, like a fog effect. It might be a fog effect
Hmm.
to show it's decomposing, but I would like to see it as a light more. But then there's also the light there, which shows you like the exit of the cave. I really like how this part of the cave is structured, where you've got all of the gargoyles here, like kind of protecting it. But then there's obviously this collector, which just isn't getting killed by
No,
them.
it just
So
doesn't care.
maybe it's just a test for us. I don't know. I really wouldn't know. How many gargoyle skulls do you have then, Rin?
Um,
Because we can actually, if you get
7.
some get an upgrade to your boots then. So that's good. They're grey, but they're just a tiny bit different.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is as far as we can go before we go to the green. But as you can see, because this is close to Greenhouse County, this could be something around the like a Barradon estate place, because obviously the child are moving around the catacombs. We don't really want them to be doing too much to
Hmm.
destroy us, because at this point we're trying to do the best to hold off the Char. Also, like, I think we're gonna have to go back the way we came to like get to other parts of the catacombs, because I'm not sure. I know that you can move around it, but I'm not sure if every place links as well as it does. So I can't go to like
Where are you?
through. Um, go back the way we came. So don't go through the portal. Kind of go the way we are now. Like, can you see this red
Yep.
thing on the map? Yeah, if you come here, it will show you where to go. Like where to go. That's one good thing actually. You can ping on the map with that. You can also start on Guild Wars, but it's not as easily done because you literally just click on the map,
Yeah.
and then also you can just draw it by doing that. But I think in Guild Wars you have to use Alt or Control to do the thing to actually draw on the map, which really helps if you've got a squad commander, obviously, to do that if needed, and it's helpful for raids if you're doing them. I am actually looking to put together a raid team as well. If we can get like people from Guild Wars 2, because then we can all do raids together, and it should be a good barrel of fun and some laughs. So
How many do you need for a raid?
you need 10 people to raid in Guild Wars 2.
Cool.
So it's not too bad. It's a fairly decent one. I've actually watched some of the raids, but I still don't really know the mechanics. I only really watched them, but not really paying attention, if you know what I mean. So I don't know all the mechanics.
Yeah.
But it's just annoying because if you try and pug, which is find people randomly, then it's a lot harder to do because people tend to just leave instantly if they don't know the thing. Like with older ones, especially, because well, people just are like, "Oh, I can't really be bothered with this." Like, and that's normally the hardcore side though. But normally, like I said, the Guild Wars community is really friendly, and so is the raiding and the fractal section. But it makes sense why you want to have that thing, because if people aren't actually doing what you're telling them to do, it is very annoying.
Hmm.
So like I was saying, when the gauntlet happened on Guild Wars 1, and I was playing the gauntlet, I was just like, oh my god, this is horrible, because like so many people just weren't breaking the bars and wouldn't listen to the commanders.
Yeah, we generally get a really
Yeah.
crappy group.
Yeah, which genuinely it generally happens. I'd say a lot of free-to-play accounts are on because
Yeah.
they've just played it to the highest level, and then they don't. I feel like Guild Wars 2 can improve its tutorial to make it easier for people, because giving someone a thing to evade is not that good in any sense. So you got stairs around here anyway, but like yeah, just giving that as a discussion, and giving someone a place to evade at the beginning isn't really that good, and I think it a lot of the time people won't listen to other people. Like I think this is what like because normally the community helps the new players, and we really do. Like, we can't help anything else that happens, but even you, Ryan, when you first played, you know how much they help each other.
Yeah.
But there are certain cases where people just either don't listen, don't look at their chat, because like people won't look at their chat because you know what I mean. It's not how it's going to work. But there needs to be some sort of effective tutorial, because they used to have a tutorial which was like an achievement, like achievement-based thing. So it'll tell you what to do. What they need to do is they need to set some sort of achievements again to do it, because and then say like, oh, you get for this achievement, you get a say just something useful to the player, right? So that they actually look at it, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, we'll do this, and then they're learning. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to give a tutorial without it like seeming like boring for people. But you want that tutorial because you need it to be useful in certain ways. Obviously, last time when we came into this part, we didn't exactly explore it as well as we did. Oh, I don't think we can actually go to it again. But yeah, so where the Shadow Fiend was. What do you think about where the candles were with that Shadow Fiend? Anyway.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that. But even if I know that like getting into the game isn't that easy
Yeah.
or like that appealing, but like
Yeah.
it's quite lucky with the whole community kind of thing. Like you
Yeah.
can pretty much ask anything in just the chat, and someone will respond trying to help you. Like,
Yeah.
and it's really
Which
cool.
which is really good, and like it tends to be. It's one of the reasons like Guild Wars 2 to this day is the community feel is like that's what an MMO should, like, in my opinion, should feel like. It should have that big community feel. Like obviously with Guild Wars 1, it set itself up to be able to be soloable. Do you know what I mean? Which is really good for it. But it's when you go into games like well, from what I know recently, WoW, people aren't even talking to you. No one is bothered to talk to you.
No.
I'm not trying to slate it. I'm just saying the community now become more of a single player community and don't talk to you as much. And yeah, it is quite lucky that Guild Wars has that feeling in it, and you know what I mean. It hasn't like fizzled out, which is brilliant because they try and encourage it as much as possible.
Yeah, but you can literally be anywhere in the map, anywhere in the world, and there'll be someone that doesn't know something, and then there's always someone that's helping.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see.
Which I feel, yeah, like it happens a lot. A lot of people know the PvP community. I'm not trying to slate the PvP community, but the PvP community is known for being quite aggressive. But that's because it makes sense in any PvP game. There's competition. Where competition is, there will always be like anger and frustration if you lose, because that's the way people see it. You like I said, that's not stating at all. That's just stating a fact that if you're competitive, if you've got a competitive nature, you're annoyed if you lose. You're not annoyed if you win. You know what I mean? It's with any game. Say if you're watching your favorite football team or favorite team of anything, you're like, if your team lose, you're not happy because you won't be.
And it's like they're less willing to tolerate people that don't know what they're doing because it does affect them.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the end, when you're doing ranks, you also get a better reward for having a higher rank at the end of the season. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sure, but
even
if it doesn't, just
so
by
cool.
winning games. Oh, what were you about to say?
Sorry, these candles are really cool.
Yeah, I really love the candles around here. I thought it's the flame geyser area because I quite like the look of that. You might do that on we won't do it on another character. We saw it in the previous one, but you can tell us what you think about that little flame geyser area if you want to, because I genuinely think it's pretty cool. But it's a shame that they all. I think after the quest was done, it should just be, you know what I mean. Whatever happens, it changes the world. Like obviously, it changes that part of the world where flame geysers aren't there anymore.
Oh right, yeah.
Quest. Meaning that, you know what I mean, like that, because obviously that person was meant to have died there. Okay, so you could be Oberon then.
Excuse me one moment. I have my inventory's full. And I can't. Okay, right. Greetings, I am called Oberon. Curses are my speciality. You come here seeking Char. You are wise to seek out Oberon, for no creature, they be living or dead, moves through here without my knowledge. This Char that you seek comes often to the underground, but he does not make his lair here. The spirits of this place would not tolerate him should he seek to take up residence. If you require proof of his presence, take this. It's a token he left behind during one of his encounters with the denizens of this place. Now then, leave me to my studies. Return to the world of light.
Well, that child must be awfully crap if he's just if he's getting this here. Then again, in big forces, they can overwhelm. Like even level 1, well, not level 1 wouldn't overwhelm level 20, but even level 1s can overwhelm, you know, a level 4. Even maybe a level 6. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't both of them, like, we could easily get overwhelmed if we took too many on at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what happens. You know, you're just getting destroyed. Okay, let's get. The reason I want to go around this way is I'll like make a little circle. Have a look at. I really genuinely love this giant hole here as well. Obviously, it's a water, like a water fountain and stuff. But look at that. Just look at that.
I don't like
Show
that.
your viewers. You don't like that, well, because it's just a giant hole.
Yeah.
Heights. Well, I think it looks cool though. If you look at the statues around the side, where there's like dragons with the water pouring out. For an old game, it looks really nice. Really, really good looking.
It'd be cool if it came out their mouths, but it also kind of weird. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
But...
No, it kind of makes sense because I think stuff comes out of mouths in like actual real world. Maybe it's coming out of their like pee hole. That's what they've actually put it down as. Oh, you want to drop one of your normal items for that blue one?
At first, I thought it was called the Deadly Siesta.
Deadly Siesta. Highly salvageable. Why are we? Have you ever got any? Have you got any?
Sorry, what?
Have you actually got any improved sale value items yet?
What's that?
Like the ones where when you identify them, they go, "You've got an improved sale value." Oh yeah, remember to identify what you're doing. I tend to find it a lot more useful.
What, so you mean when you identify it, it costs more?
No, yeah. When you identify it, there'll be things that, and it means that it will cost. Yeah, it will cost. Not that the identification will cost more, but the actual ID, like.
The item will cost more.
Yeah, the item will cost more.
Yeah, if I got a few.
Well, like, which actually says improved sale. It actually says underneath sale value.
Oh, I don't know.
Because like the item does increase in cost just by having the on it. But that's the one thing I kind of missed from Guild Wars. You know what I mean? Guild Wars 2. The one thing I. Oh yeah, by the way, Bane Signet helps a lot on that.
Yeah, I know.
Holy magic. Yeah.
It's like 50 something damage.
Yeah. The one thing like about this about this game that I really love is the ID kits. Like I love being able to identify gear and getting like some stats off them, which they actually have added in Path of Fire. Which like, but you don't have an ID kit. You just double click to identify the gear.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice ode because I really did like it was one of the most enjoyable things about this game. Even just having that identification is cool. Also, you unlock stuff for identifying stuff like when you first start it. Has that happened with you or?
What do you mean?
When you like identify stuff to say like armor +4 while hex unlocked. Because normally on new accounts it unlocks stuff like that. Like, do you know, like when it says skill unlocked?
I've not noticed it, but that's probably just me.
Yeah, I don't know if that happens, but I know it happens at later. I just wanted to kill these because just look at this. Yeah, I really genuinely love this little area here. They've always got the light coming down the middle again. I really just like how they use the light.
Yeah, the lighting's really cool.
Like, even though it's like an old school game, like the way they place lighting and stuff, like that's one thing I learned when I was doing game development. Like, if you place lighting in certain places, you can actually make it look better than it truly is. In a lot of
definitely.
Hence why a lot of games tend to use lighting for that reason.
Mm.
And also, you can see the light coming through the roof from the top, and then it coming from like on the what it does on the map there, where you can see it coming through here.
Yeah.
I like the places where you see light where there isn't light because it's a nice. Ooh. Oh my god, we could have just gone this way. Such an idiot. Don't have to explore that way. It shows where to go. Actually, no, it might not do. Coming to think of it, but look, this shows you where the flame geyser is. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, so this shows you where it is. This is where the water goes to Tomb Nightmare.
Hmm.
Not actually any candles here, like I thought there was, but yeah. I want to just quickly zoom in. I think that is a really cool looking location because I like all the
It's very nice.
like, especially looking at it from that angle. But you sound very enthusiastic there.
Sorry.
It's very nice. Just give your genuine opinions.
I am.
If you don't think it
No, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering if you're just like not. Yeah, I just love the water coming from the ceiling. I think it's a really cool thing. Oh my god. Yeah, I was just checking to see if it was like an overhang. It genuinely is a place where we can just. I didn't see that because I wasn't this close to that. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Wait, what's going on?
Like, okay, we are back where that collector was, which gave us our boots.
Ah,
I can't
Well-
believe that.
where are we meant to go then?
Oh, we go back this way anyway. But like, I just can't believe that we missed out. Like, I mean, on where we went, we just went so far away from our location. Like, pretty much we went back a way that we didn't need to because, like, it wasn't as interesting because everyone else had seen it. You know what I mean? But this area here, I love this area. I love statues. I love the attention to detail for this. I really do. The attention to detail is actually really nice.
Yeah, it must have been really like fun when they're just like, right, go and design this
Yeah.
little area, then you can just
Yeah, go design Catacombs. Try and make it as undead as possible. Make it like its actual Brent's lair, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
And how the Escalonians would. It's with the idea in mind of how Escalonians see death as well.
yeah.
So, like, obviously, because they do a lot of respect for the dead. They've got as you can see, you have all these candles, which obviously are shown for. I mean, they're obviously shown to show how much respect they have,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
the honor they have. So it's cool. I like that. Even though they do use minions too, and do use minions, it's almost in Gremp's will though to help them do it. If you know what I mean, it's not like oh look this, we're using this. I genuinely think it would be cool if they had like do you know how the undead minions in this game, you have to actually have a corpse to get them up. I think it's cool how you can do that, like, but I don't see how you could do it in Guild Wars 2. I know it's like it's a really good way of doing it, but I genuinely don't see how you could have done it in Guild Wars 2 because it would make it for the necromancer to enjoy it, because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have a corpse where it's needed. Also, because you got Zaitan a lot of the time, he'll just resurrect it. So you know what I mean? I'm not really sure how that would have ever been implemented into the game. If it could be, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But this bit is amazing. This is the bit with the candles. I mean, look at this.
Wow.
I genuinely love
Oh,
this.
that's so cool.
It's like a sacrificial shrine, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously, this is where the prize mower bird is. So I think obviously someone's sacrificed the prize mower bird or led it here to be sacrificed. That's all I can assume. And the only person I can really suspect of it is, do you know Oberon, the person we were just near?
Yeah.
That's the only person I can really suspect of who did it, other than maybe the mower bird following the char here.
But why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. But I genuinely like the whole thing around here. Look, you got the same statues around, and just all this light. This light is amazing. I love the light in here.
Mm.
Like I genuinely love good lighting in games, and that is good lighting. I genuinely will say that's good lighting. I love the yellowy, the yellow of it as well. You know what I mean? Like,
It's giving
not
it
like
that
natural
really
light.
like candly glow.
yeah. It's not like natural light, but like I said, I'm taking this into account with the fact that it is a 2005 game. in this, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, the graphics are stupidly great, because obviously everyone knows they're not. But but I will say I am a bit of a bum too, because Guild Wars 1 and 2, just because, well, 1, I think it's nostalgia because I grew up with it. I played it heavily, like more than any other game. So I used to play a lot on my brother's account first because I couldn't play on my own account because I didn't have one. And then I got my own account and I played it loads, and that's why I have 2,000 hours worth of this on this game. It's genuinely good as well because if you put all this time into Guild Wars, really cool items in Guild Wars 2, which like to see how you've got those fiery dragon swords that you see like Prince Rick wielding.
Yeah.
You can actually get that as a skin in Guild Wars 2,
When did
which is worth it.
you know Guild Wars 2 was coming out?
They kind of told you about it because there's like okay, so there's Guild Wars 1, there's Guild Wars 2, and then there's Guild Wars Prophecies, there's Guild Wars Cancer, which is factions. There's Guild Wars Nightfall, then Guild Eye of the North, and then something that is labelled as Guild Wars Beyond. So it's like it's kind of like the Living World. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Living World, but placed into Eye of the North.
Yeah.
So they had that sort of system going anyway. Like as they played like an April Fool's joke when they're like the Commando, which is a new thing, and it was literally like some guy with like smoke grenades and stuff. it's brilliant. Which technically is the engineer. Just a like yeah. But I do like ANET's jokes, ArenaNet that is. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was just taking a lot of damage. That's me just being a bit too too mental there and just going straight in. Yeah, we'll just clear out the Catacombs. I want to see many undead here. You know what I mean? Don't have to pick
That's
everything up
crazy.
anyway. But when there's stuff that's stacked, it's good. Dead bows are fine to leave. It's not that we need them. But there's a lot of level 3 stuff here, which is actually doing a lot for us as well, like giving us XP. Yeah, but as you can see, like we've completed quite a lot of the map. I think there's another like I don't know, maybe a third left to do. I don't know. But these episodes should either be a little bit longer, or obviously we have the quest to do as well. It might be a little bit longer, but genuinely, I feel like it's really good. I genuinely love the Catacombs. I didn't realise how much I like that. Like, because once you actually like stop to explore the details, because I've never actually really done it too much. Do you know what I mean? Like stop to and just looking at this around and looking at everything around, you realise how much effort's really been put into making somewhere look good. Obviously, at certain places, just because games need to, obviously you need to cut corners and I think reskin stuff. Because like when you play like what is it? Oh my god! I never knew about this. There's a boss here, Ryan.
Is that?
Yeah, wait, hang on a second. Do you want to keep yourself alive first? Just wait for your health to regen a bit. There's actually a boss here. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't actually know about this. That's actually really cool. That's one thing I really already. I'm so happy that because I never knew about this boss. Haha, Bane Signet. And he dropped 3 weapons. Can you believe that? Dropped so much. Like, yeah, look, it's like a gate. I think it's watching over the circle. It's like the boss of all the things. Genuinely, I am actually quite stoked that I've seen that. That's really cool.
I thought that boss was going to be so much harder than it was. Then you were like, it's a boss, be careful.
It's level 5. It's the only reason why it was so good. Like if it was you versus it might have been a little bit more dangerous. It's also because we have Bane Signet, and I used Imagine Burdens, which slowed it down, made it move slower, and then you just pretty much dealt some damage, like dealt damage to it whilst I was whilst I was putting like hexes on it.
Dealt.
Yeah, dealt. Dild?
Yeah, that's what you said, wasn't it?
No, Deld.
Oh.
You're a Dild.
Oh dear.
I remember Paul used to call me a Dild all the time. My brother, that is. He's like, oh, shut up, you Dild.
And that's what inspired me to play Guild Wars.
What, Paul calling me a Dild?
Yeah.
As you can see, Brad's brother called him a Dild a lot, and now play this game.
What? That'll be a good movie.
Yeah. What? I don't know how you can get all of get it all fitting in. I don't know how you can tie it together.
You don't know how you can get the deal to fit in.
No. Knew you would do something like that.
Sorry. Can't be helped.
But what, Joe? Once we get into the place where all the char are, I cannot grammar today. Do I even grammar?
Sounded like you're like, Cha.
Where the Char homeland, which is what I meant, you actually tend to find that there's a lot of everything's a lot higher level. It's like I think level 5 is probably the lowest level there because I think they're called oak hearts. Do you know those things that we have to fight in Guild Wars 2,
Yeah.
which actually don't function as they do in Guild Wars. They don't actually function like they would in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2, yeah. They actually are more. They actually throw stuff that are more like rangers than anything else. Most things here are based on something already in the game. If you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
they don't have. So it's easier to program that way. Really easy to program that way. But yeah, you'll tend to find that. But just stuff like this. You see how like there's like the little. Well, actually, I can't remember this bit as much. This is cool. We'll go up here first and just because this is towards where the. Okay, so this is where we would have been last time before we like went out. Like kind of this area is where we were kind of around
Yeah.
before you teleported us out. No, just kidding. But yeah,
That
we'll go
wasn't
down
here, was
here. No, it wasn't here. But you kind of fight Devourers until you get down. And then when you're down here, as you can see, there's a little marsh there. That was like pond. I know it's actually growing quite well. It's not like a swamp. Is that a swamp? 'Cause it's got lily and stuff in there.
No, I don't think that counts as some. Lilies are just sort of
Not lilies, but like the lily pad.
natural. They're not like swampy
Yeah.
type.
Yeah, I'm not very good with my
I don't know.
horticulture or anything. I'm not sure if that counts as knowing swamp plants, but
You're
I'm not good at
clearly not a
swamp biology.
botanist.
Botanist, that's it. Horticulture's flower arrangements, isn't it?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, no more damage to undead. No.
Oh, were you trying to use the Bane Signet?
Yeah, I can't use it. Bane Signet's just good because it knocks people down. I don't think I could ever let it go. It's just so good. I think one of the things that I think my character like Mesmers are made to counter casters like monks and elementalists. Like there are casters that counters casters because they've got. I know that later they've got a load of things that can stop you from casting spells and make them on a big cooldown, which is actually quite hard to play around. Sometimes you're just like, oh bloody hell. Like that's literally all you can think is, oh bloody hell. These level 2s give us 16 XP.
It's pretty good.
Because are you really close to leveling?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
It's quite good actually. We've got some pretty good levels from being around here. I think like normally the minimum required for being like leveling into steering, I would say normally. I'm just trying to guess here, like with guesswork.
Yeah.
I would say level 5 is normally a fairly decent time to go in, but obviously we're aiming to try and explore everything around here and see. You know what I mean? Don't you just feel a bit better when you know when you've seen the environment? You're like, oh, this is pretty decent.
Yeah.
And this is pretty decent here. Like all the hillers holding up that rock, like the rocks and like the stone. Didn't you think it's really cool? It's just stuff that I've forgotten about, which I think. Yeah, that's cool. We've actually nearly finished though. Our tour of the Catacombs.
And
Cool.
it just said to me, it's like plus 0 XP.
Yeah. You've got plus nothing. But once we actually, once we start to like getting once we get to level 7, these level 1s will give us no XP, not even 8, just 0, and level 2s will give us 8. So I don't know how the modifier works because I can't really bother to work it out right now. So, oh, that's cool. A bit of light there, but it's like rubble, so it's broken down like this little area. But if you press U, you'll see how far we've explored. We've actually done pretty much the whole of the Catacombs.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to go back towards, I think that area there. I think there are areas which we obviously can't do, and I'm pretty sure we would have gone there. If, like, do you see there's like a bit which looks like it leads to another bit? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if we would have been able to do that if we could, but I think it's just there. And yeah, we're actually really close to. We'll just make sure. We'll just go there and make sure, just to be careful. If you know what I mean. Alright, fine. No, okay. We've actually explored the whole of the Catacombs. We'll probably just go back up this way. Oh no, yeah, I know where we haven't explored. We haven't explored the place where the flame geezers are. It makes sense that we didn't, because we didn't want to blow up. Because, in all honesty, it makes sense why you wouldn't want to blow up. It's because one thing that you don't know yet, Ryan, is do you know that we've got a morale boost for killing a boss?
Yep.
There's also a death penalty.
Really?
Yes. If you oh yeah, I think I actually mentioned this earlier. Do you know how like break you just get less health and mana?
Yeah.
So like up there where it says +2, it would be -15.
Oh my god.
You actually get 15 is quite a hefty amount.
Yeah, it's massive.
But it is quite easy to kill. It is quite easy to come back from in certain like instances. Oh, look at that! I'm actually quite happy I came back here because now we get to see that. Look at that. Obviously, you have to zoom out a bit and look up to see down, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. I genuinely quite enjoy that. Let's hand in those quests now, though.
Indeed.
So we've got Chara in the Catacombs. We go back to Rurik. So we'll go to Ascalon first. And then we'll hand in the tooth to Rurik. I think Rurik actually gives you some really
There we go.
fairly decent rewards. Ascalon City. There you are. And if you come up this way, you know where Rurik is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if we go up to that way, you'll actually, that's where you hand. Do you know that Kimes the Historian? But that's on the way to Rurik, which is a mesmer. And he says, "Oh, I've come here looking to document the stories of only the greatest achievements." That's if you've got Legendary Defender of Ascalon, but you don't want to leave Ascalon.
Yeah.
So you can actually put the title in without, because obviously if you've got to level 20 and pre-searing Ascalon, it might feel a bit rubbish just to leave so you can actually put your title in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's just it's a bit of a piss take. But yeah, oh no, I didn't read what he said.
This is proof enough. You have served Ascalon well this day. I will mobilise the troops and search for this beast.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I just completely forgot about it. And now we'll go over here and go to Mr. Pitney. Oh dear. Reminds me of our teacher, Mr. Whitley, saying that. In school. Okay, so let's go this way. We'll go out to Lakeside County. I know a lot of loading. Actually, yeah, we probably should go back and just sell this quickly. Oh no, there's a merchant up here. Ha, Hamish. Hamish, you are our knight in shiny armour. You're not a knight, but you are still our knight in shiny armour. Oh, 36G for those skeletal limbs. That's really good. Okay. Okay, I just sold all my stuff off, but I'm Pitney anyway, so I can tell people what Pitney says. Well, that smiting stuff is actually really good though, because you've got +5 energy. If you haven't got a +5 energy already.
Really?
Yeah, +5 energy for the smiting staff, which is genuinely really good. Like at the moment that is, like, because later you get like +50.
Where have you arrived to now?
Pitney over here.
Okay.
Alright, so let me just read something. My precious bird is dead, and part of some kind of ritual, you say? Just my luck. Well, at least nothing worse can happen to me today. In any case, thank you for your trouble. He's just like, oh, why always me? Yeah, so we've only got one quest left that I know of now. And that's across the wall.
Yep.
And obviously the unmarked quest of Gwen. We can just quickly finish with Gwen. And then, yeah, I think for when we're travelling around Ascalon and finding out like different things around Ascalon, well, I think we should take Gwen along with us because a loyal companion.
May as well.
Yeah. I want to see what she says when she flees from people, like running around. But there are little things that we can do around here, which are Trina Yun, who you can talk to. There's like just just different people we can talk to. We won't talk to her now, but we'll just do that. We'll leave that for the explorations. Then we, can see everything. But let's just go to Gwyneth. And no, she's not Gwyneth, but she's just Gwen. But yeah.
That was my grandmother's name. Is my grandmother's name.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not.
Or Gwen, not Gwyneth. It's just Gwen.
No, it might be. I can't remember. This is shocking.
It is Gwen. I remember.
But
I remember
it was
one
never that
memory.
shortened. It's either that or it's Gwendolyn.
Yeah. Oh, it might be. Yeah. But I remember that your grandma always told me to call her Granny.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When we used to go to the park and stuff.
Yeah. Let's go towards
I think they should
Gwen.
implement vehicles into this. I'm joking.
Implement mounts. I don't think this would have been capable of actually putting mounts in. Okay, so if we go to Gwen, apparently if you give her the red, she actually gets a red cape on.
Give her the rug.
Sure, it looks nice. Yeah, she actually gets a cape. And then gift flower.
Yeah.
Gift flower. I got a flute for you. Why are you not accepting my flute? I think I might just give her flowers.
I told you.
Come on, take all my flowers. Okay, no, it's just okay. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna wait here. How dare you steal my flowers?
Oh.
Why would there be 3 red iris flowers on the floor, right? Wait, but to be able to do this, we need to get a tapestry. Let's just try one more thing. I'm gonna go back in and then come back out and see if I can give her the flute. Because it's a bit stupid if I can't give her a flute.
I now have this cape and I can't give it to her, so I've wasted 100 gold.
Oh no. Wait, hang on a second. Just gonna quickly come. Oh my god. Do you see that?
What was that?
Oh, that's a tonic which turns you into a dragon. Come on, flute. Nope, she's just gonna follow us. But there should be a thing that she should give you a small tapestry, but you can't actually get it. Oh, that's annoying.
I didn't say it.
Alright, let's go back. Anyway, you haven't got demonetized, so
Damn it.
Well, we don't even have. We don't even monetize. Anyway, though, we'll finish that episode here. So thank you to our Catacombs exploration video. That I hope you really enjoyed it. I really. I loved finding out Skull Weaver was there. I can't believe I never knew he was there. I just literally just know
You never
that.
killed him before?
No, I've never killed him before. Like, or if I have, I just can't remember. But I swear I can't remember anything about killing him. It's like, oh my god. Like, obviously, because I wouldn't be that reactive to it if I knew he was there. So, like, I find that genuinely fun. But anyway, thank you very much. Comment. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment whatever you want on this. Just tell me your thoughts on the Ascalon Catacombs, because genuinely I think it looks bloody amazing. But yeah, what about your thoughts there?
No, it's really nice. Like the amount of detail that they put in there, especially with all the lighting effects and like the undergrowth and stuff.
Oh yeah, I loved the undergrowth so much. Actually, that was probably. I think my favourite bit though was the place where they sacrificed the prize bird, because that was really nice. That just looked just amazing. And I still suspect Oberon the vile of doing it. Who else expects that from Oberon? Anyway, comment that below if you think it's Oberon or who it might be. Was it a Char? Was it a Char necromancer? But yeah, so just like, comment, subscribe, and press the notification button so that you know we've got a new video out, because it'll be good to know that. Anyway, Ryan, I'll leave you to end it.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Peace.